Assalamualaikum everyone.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
खालिद साहब जरा फॉर्मेट इसका क्या होगा? स्लाइड्स आप लगाएंगे और मैं I'll go from here.
Yes, sir. The slides would be visible to you on the screen,
ठीक है.
and then you set the slides.
और GCIL भी बहुत अच्छा चला है 17-18 से करते समय यहाँ से भी डबल। तो अब बात यह है कि जब तुम्हारे पास गुंजाइश हो तो इसको जरूर देखना पड़ेगा। बस इसको जो है ना ये लो या डबल जी लो, मुझे ये नहीं पता कि अभी चलेगा कि बहुत अच्छा लगा। तुम्हारा कोई गैसिफिकेशन अपडेट देता रहे तो ये अच्छा लग रहा है, फातिमा अच्छा लग रहा है, आखिरी वाटर फातिमा लग रहा है। तो मुझे बुरा इंटेंशन नहीं लगा, सिंपल भी अच्छा लगा, मार्केट अच्छी चल रही है। बस अब ये कि जब एलोकेशन शुरू हो तो फिर तो ठीक है। हाँ वैसे अच्छा
नेट नहीं आती ऑनलाइन।
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this corporate briefing session of Pakistan Petroleum Limited. This is Ali Jafar. I'm the company secretary of PPL. We are holding this corporate briefing session in line with clause 5.7 of the PSX regulations. We have with us, joining from Islamabad, we have with us the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the company. From Karachi, we have with me, we have the CFO of the company along with the senior management. We would start off with recitation from the Holy Quran. I would request my colleague, Mr. Shujat Karki, to recite a few verses from the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والأسر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. By the passage of time, surely humanity is in grave loss, except those who have faith, do good, and urge each other to the truth, and urge each other to perseverance. Sadaqallahu al-Azim.
Jazakallah Shujat. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, PPL has completed 75 years of operations, and a few months ago, we also celebrated our 75th anniversary. So this is a watershed moment in the company's history, and we are pleased to have this corporate briefing session at this juncture. We have the presentation in front of you. This is the structure of the presentation. The bulk of the presentation would be presented to you by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, and the financial overview would be given by the CFO. And then we would have, at the end of the presentation, we would have the question and answer session. So all the analysts who have any questions, they are requested to post their questions in the dialogue chat box available to them, and we would take these questions one by one after the corporate briefing session. So moving on with the presentation, the first slide is relating to the capital and shareholding of the company. You are aware that the authorized capital of the company, this is on the left-hand side of the screen. The authorized capital of the company is 35 billion rupees. The subscribed capital of the company is 27.21 billion rupees. Around 25% of the shareholding is held with individual and institutional investors. The rest is with the government of Pakistan. Recently, in 2023, with the passage of Pakistan Sovereign Wealth Fund Act 2023, the shareholding of GOP was transferred to Sovereign Wealth Fund. Looking at the group structure, you are aware that we have three subsidiaries, wholly owned 100%, and two associated companies, PIOL and PMPL. In PIOL and PMPL, our shareholding is 25% and 33.33% respectively. Moving on to the slides relating to our footprint and energy scenario, I would request our Managing Director, Mr. Sikandar Memon Sahab, to please present the slides. Sikandar Sahab, you are muted. If you could unmute.
Okay, just muted. Yes, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. Can you guys hear me okay now?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
It's really a pleasure to present the report and explain how the outlook of PPL and the progressive moves that we have been doing. So starting with the producing fields, PPL operated 9 fields, a partner operated 12, we are at 21, and exploratory blocks, we have PPL 25, partner operated 21, that totals to 46. This is the top view. And going to the next slide, Pakistan energy scenario. If I talk about the last and the latest year, we are at 29 and 0.9, that becomes 3.8. Gas supply, that is in Y, if you see on the Y-axis, it's BCFD, billions cubic feet per day, and the X-axis is the time. So talking about the next slide, which is the oil supply, and the latest year, we have 406 1,000 barrels of oil supply. That includes how we import, and also the earlier slide has the import numbers as well. So to summarize that there's a curtailment that really hits the network, and the PPL share overall in the gas supply is about 19%, which is really a huge considering this SNGPL and other elements that we have in place. Then we have on the oil side, we have the demand, which is rising, and PPL contributes to 16% of local production, and that with time goes increasing, and as you notice that we are maintaining that as well. On the chart side, if we see the Pakistan energy mix, and we are seeing here the oil is 22%, gas remains 29%, being the highest. LNG is 11%, coal 15%, LPG 2%, and hydroelectric power generation 12%, and the nuclear 8%. And also the higher reliance continues in Pakistan as well on hydrocarbons. Pakistan is no different than all other major countries. On to the next slide. The key achievements of 24-25 last year, and you will appreciate that there's zero lost time injury, and that really talks about the culture of PPL, how safely we are operating, and appreciate the workforce and the mindset that we have in the PPL staff. And there's no safety event or incident. On the exploration side, we have 8 discoveries, 2 in operated and 6 in partner operated areas. Again, a great contribution by the PPL staff, making those 6 successes, because we play a major role in selecting the wells, their prospects, and how to drill them, and the technical teams have a great contribution in there. And you would see the 129 is the reserve replacement ratio. That is really commendable. PPL has done and good work so far and will continue to do so. And we have the 2 new exploration blocks last year. On the international exploration, we are working with ADNOC, and we have the 3 pre-existing discoveries, and we have completed the operating and finance agreements on the BLZ project. This is again another and a great diversification project, which is going to generate a huge revenue in the coming years. And the Rakodik, the world famous project, we are part of it, as we all know, and the feasibility study has been completed and the financial closeout is in progress. On the financial sides, more our CFO will talk about, but the headline is that we have the profit of 92 billion rupees, and the customer collection has increased from 81 to 91%. And that's also huge considering the economic situations and the customers' network and the deficit issues. The other achievements, if I talk about a very high level, so we have the SUI DNPL lease that was renewal has been applied, and we have the ICAP's Digital Technology Award, 2nd position, we got that. Silver Award by SAFA, and Best Corporate Report Award in 2023, we are 3rd position, always striving to be the best, and this is part of that success. Next slide. On the work program delivery exploration side, talking about 24-25, we had the 11 wells done, operated 5, and partner operated 6. On the development well side, we have 24-25, 6 wells done on the operator side. And if we talk about the Pakistan's perspective, this number is not really a small number. On the production side, on the next slide, in 24-25, PPL's net gas stands at 632 production, and the field-wise breakdown is there, as we see Sui, Kandkot, Adi, Gambit South, partner operated, and we see the revenue mix also accordingly coming from gas, oil, and LPG. So the Sui being the highest at 42%, and 17%, 2%, 15%, and 24% from these operated and partner operated areas. On the revenue mix side, most revenue, as we all understand, comes from the gas, and then oil, and then LPG. The field-wise production for the last year, we had from Adi, Thal, Nashpa, Dok Sultan, others to partner operated, and our own fields. This is a mix of oil. And it's encouraging to note that PPL is maintaining the oil production and striving to do better in the coming years in that area as well. For the financial overview, I will request our CFO to present, and then we'll take the questions all at the same time, if that works.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Saab. We have this key revenue drivers for the last year. We can see on the left hand side we have crude oil price trends. So this graph is showing sliding oil prices in the last 1 year, whereas on the exchange rate was stable throughout the year. Next slide. So this is the financial highlights. For 24-25, the company delivered strong revenues and profit after tax. Although these were lower than last year, net sales were 243 billion versus 289. Mainly, we have already discussed because of the curtailment of SNGPL low offtake by Genco. And then we have a PAT of 92 billion versus 115 billion. Last year, there was some tax benefit we allowed by the Supreme Court on tax depletion allowance. Total assets was 927 billion versus 907 invested in recording project and other capex projects. We have total liabilities of 221 billion versus 268, reduced by 17%, mainly because of the significant payment of SUI lease extension bonus and other SUI related liabilities. On the okay, so we have this profitability graph. We can see the 24-25 the revenue were declined by from 289 billion to 243. This is mainly because of the SNGPL curtailment. On the trade debt side, we can see much improvement, and the accumulation of trade debts has been restricted. In the past, the growth rate was 30 to 40%, and in the last 2 years, it was 13%. In the last financial year, it was only 2%. On the cash dividend payout, you can witness a higher payout in the last 9 years. This was 22% dividend payout ratio in 24-25. Return on equity has declined mainly because of the large equity base. Next. So we have a collection ratio of 91, which is highest in the last 10 years, as compared to 81% collection ratio in the previous year. And before that, it was quite low in the range of 50 to 60%. We have receivables of around 592 billion, out of which SNGPL 268 billion, SSGCL is 310 billion. I'll request Sikandar Saab to continue with the challenges and future outlook.
All right. So on the business risk side, we have trade receivables. Recent price revision helped to reduce the accumulation and engagement with the stakeholders to resolve the past receivables. Now, these are statements, but there's a huge work behind that. There are letters, meetings held with the ministry, prioritizing our project, how we want to really do the business. And as our CFO explained, that these results have really brought some benefit. We have improved receivables from 81 to 91%. So there's a huge work going on, and we all understand it's a kind of national level challenge that every company, government company, is fighting with it. And there is a gas curtailment due to SNGPL back pressure, rerouting partial gas volumes to SSGC, and engagement with the stakeholders to resolve the issue. And again, the buyer, if not ready, then we are limited. But we are now working on third-party sales. We are working on, as you are seeing in the slide, that if there is a room to sell it to any other customer which is viable to deliver to on a quick basis, which is SSGC, we have been doing that. So we really spare no efforts in really increasing the production and generating the revenues. On the lower offtakes by Genco, those are the kind of power plants, which are not taking the gas. Again, we have been working with the government. There are multiple letters, meetings held where we want to really supply the gas to the third parties, and the work is ongoing in that direction as well. The natural depletion in mature fields, optimization of development activities. This is a fact of the life in oil and gas. We see the reserves, they go to the decline, but the efforts are there to optimize the fields. Alone last year, through a stock exchange, we issued the success stories and the rates that we have been really increasing by optimization. I think last year, if I'm not wrong, we probably had a revenue generation of over 42 million through only those efforts. So depleting exploration portfolios and shutdown in large discoveries, participation in new bids rounds. We have been evaluating international opportunities. We are not only in PIOL, but we are looking what other opportunities we can really materialize if they become available and if they are viable. Drill in a high risk, high reward areas to target bigger discoveries, and hedging depletion via diversification through alternate revenue streams. Mining is one. We are looking into the other energy ventures if we can really capitalize on that. And there are these are not just statements, but there are dedicated teams working and looking into that. Then we all know the security situation, especially in frontier and Balochistan areas. With those challenges, we are moving cautiously and making a progress. We are evaluating all the prospects and opportunities where we want to capitalize first and make money and move to the higher risk areas. Next slide. So business outlook. Professional and production forecast is around 600 to 650 SCFD. Of course, curtailment plays a role over there. Seismic campaign of 700 line kilometer 2D and 600 kilometer for 3D acquisition, and this really helps build us the targets and the prospects for the future to add production and revenues, sustain exploration and development wells delivery, exploration, and again, in sustain exploration and development well delivery, there are multiple teams working, making sure that we have the exploration activity and the development activity supported by the supported teams, which is construction, land and all that. So there's a big role and big work going on in that activity too. Exploration and appraisal wells planned in Kandkot, Shah Bandar, Gambert, South, Srani operated. These activities are there, the work is in progress, and as soon as we have the prospects ready, then we go after them. Development wells planned in Gambert and Shah Bandar operated areas. These are ready and they are planned as well. Offshore Block 5 finalization of development plan for the PCA and continuing exploration and appraisal wells and activities. So FDP is ready. How to be executed? There's the negotiation and work being done, and we are very close to executing that. Financial close and project development activities in Recordec, continuously monitoring and work has been going on Recordec. The company who is running it also is very active, and we are actively pursuing those activities shoulder by shoulder. So other projects, we have a BLZ mining. The agreements and the financial and operating agreements have been finalized. We have the project management contract that will be finalized soon, and the execution will happen soon as the plan is ready, and probably by 29 quarter first we'll have the production from that project as well. Production enhancement in Gambert South, team is working really in depth to discover and to produce those facilities and assets at their optimum level. Bateji plant capacity increase. We have been really trying to fast track and produce those wells through whatever resource and nearby facility available. And we have one well already in production for that. Next slide. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sikandar Saab. We would move to the question and answer session. I would request my colleague, Mr. Shujat Bhatti, to read out the questions, and then the questions can be answered by the managing director, or he can refer to the CFO or the senior management team in Karachi for any response.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Majority of the questions are on gas curtailment, so I will group these and we try to answer on a consolidated basis. First question is, how much impact will deferment on RLNG cargoes will have on PPL's gas production? I think you're referring to the recent report that the negotiations are underway, and some reports that it has also been agreed that Qatar has agreed on deferment of 2 cargoes. So what will be the impact?
Government is still negotiating. It's not yet finalized. So as soon we got this information officially from the government, communicate to the stock scene.
Yeah, and the question is that what will be the impact on PPL's production if the cargo is deferred? So roundabout, like we faced a curtailment of around 50 MMCFD last year. So the impact will be a positive, more than 50 MCFD in retail's production in case of if the cargoes are deferred.
There's a question regarding gas collection ratios. So in last year, the gas collection ratio was 87%, and overall it was 91%, as you mentioned in the slide. Yeah, as compared to 61% in the last year. This year we have in the first quarter we have gas collection ratio of 86%.
Okay. So please also share which fields are facing major curtailments.
These are Sui, Nashpa, and Tal. These are the major three fields.
In your view, how much RLNG needs to be curtailed so that PPL does not have to face any forced gas curtailment? So, as we said that the government is negotiating on deferring the cargoes, and if the two cargoes are deferred, in addition, ENI's one cargo is also being deferred, so it will have a good impact on PPL's production. As we said that we will have more than 50 MCFD of our capacity available. Can you share the total gas production capacity of Soi, Kanpur, Adi, and Gambir South?
Last year average production in Sui was 237 MMCFD, Kankor was 94, Adi was 71, and Gambir South was 140 MMCFD. There's one question about Indus Offshore. Any update?
If I may add on the capacity side, so PPL has the capacity. We have the wells that if we go ahead and drill those wells, we will have a more production and capacity generated. However, we are limited by how much gas we can sell. So we really want to create a value for our shareholders, and we move what is needed in terms of expanding revenue and adding infrastructure. But I'm glad to share that we have the potential that we can drill wells around the existing fields, existing infrastructure, to make them top full and produce some more. But currently, as our CFO explained, that we are operating by looking at the demand. So current potential, if I say, the number would be plus 700 MMSCFD total. PPL's and the joint venture PPL's potential, I would say.
Yes, people. There's a question on offshore block. When will drilling an offshore block commence?
Arshad sir, please respond to this.
We are planning to drill the first well in Block C in Q1 2027. And we are working with our joint venture partners to make that happen. So 2027, Q1 2027. Is that
There's a question that PPL's Hala field is much closer to Karachi fertilizers plant. Any specific reason why it was not considered for gas replacement for imported RLNG? So we don't face any curtailment on Hala plant because it is connected to SSGC network. It's not connected to SGPL's network. Can you please explain this? When is Sui DNT renewal expected?
Yeah. So the new lease, if I may take that question, the new lease is expected to be finalized soon. And the Sui is a legacy field. We have been working, and we will continue working hopefully on that. There are some procedural issues and things that we need to work on, and we are working with the government of Balochistan. But there is no point of return, as I understand that the lease will not be done. So these are procedural formalities that we are pushing and pulling with, and they will be settled soon, I hope. I hope in the next couple of months, I would say, being optimistic.
Sure, thank you. How much wells have you planned to drill in financial year 25-26?
We have planned to drill around 15 wells, including exploratory wells.
Yeah. There's another question.
I would say that we have this target and it could be ambitious, but we are trying our best to pick up the pool of wells that really we can work with. And if at all we need to really cut back due to weather issues or anything which is beyond our control, then we do have a list ready. How much we can be we will be drilling. We have the list that could be a bit ambitious, but we will definitely end up drilling the optimum number of wells out of that list.
Sure. And there's a follow-up question on that what's the breakup between exploration and development wells? So around majority of these are exploration wells with around 4 to 5 development wells. Any commitments from SSGC, SNGPL to reduce the trade receivables in one go, like in the power sector? Any commitment from SSGC, SNGPL to reduce the trade receivables in one go, like in the power sector?
Actually, SSGC doesn't have any exposure in power sector. SNGPL has some exposure in power, so we are expecting a few billions from SNGP once this power sector circular is settled.
Can you share if gold and copper mined from Recordec will be refined in Pakistan? The concentrate will be exported, refined. The smelting is not in Pakistan because smelting is not a very high margin business, and there's also excess smelting capacity available throughout the world.
Sorry, I didn't get that question, Shujat.
The question was, sir, that can you please share if gold and copper mined from Recordec will be refined in Pakistan?
So the answer is no. The smelting would take place outside Pakistan.
Yes.
Correct.
But
Correct.
there's surplus capacity available abroad, and it's not a high margin business for it. It basically depends on the economies of scale. So maybe in the future, if going forward, if there's multiple copper and gold deposits are developed, so there may be a case, but not at the moment. The next question is, sir, any update on reallocation of Concord gas?
I believe the ministry and the government side is getting closer to make a decision on it. Tosif, you want to add something on that?
Yes, we are in constant touch with the ministry, and the correspondence from both ends are is going on, and we have replied to the ministry's consent on some swing gas from Concord to the Genco, and it looks like this matter is going to be settled in near future, in a couple of months' time, I guess.
Okay. How much is the seismic survey cost on average?
It's around $20,000 to $45,000.
It depends
It depends on the
Terrain.
the terrain.
the terrain, type of data acquisition, and the security cost as well. What is the development plan on Morgan and production number do you see going forward? Arshad sir or Sharik sir?
Morgan, we have actually given 2 or 3 options on Morgan development. And if those options, they are with the ministry and we are engaged with them. So there is, high inerts are there. So there is a possibility of, erecting a fertilizer plant, power plant, and the gas can be used for metal parts which are being planned in Kuzdar and Quetta, near Kuzdar and Quetta area. So once ministry giving a go ahead on those options, then so we are working. We have already conducted an appraisal feasibility study. So yeah, there is a possibility that we are going to go with the appraisal of Morgan. And we are looking at around 8 to 10 million MCF from Morgan.
And the next question is on Bhog Sultan. How much is the current potential? As we referred, the management referred around 10,000 barrels per day last year. So what is the current potential we're seeing in Bhog Sultan?
Well, we have done Dok Sultan 3 recently, and the production that the well has commenced. It is producing around 400 barrels per day now. There is an asset estimation job in plan, and the production may be enhanced to 1,000 barrels or to 1,400 barrels per day. There is a potential, but it will be tapped in with the passage of time once we have confirmed data and consistent performance from the Ali Dok Sultan well 3, and the future wells will be lined up accordingly.
So I would say there's a good potential there in that area for the oil production, and which is really a very strong revenue generation for our shareholders and for the PPL as well. We are looking at that, and we have started with the good success. What Mr. Tosif mentioned with Dok Sultan 3 well, successful well, which we announced as well. And we are looking and developing that area even further and beyond that, and that hopefully will bring a good prospects and potential for all of us.
Soi, Concord, Adi are already mature fields and in declining phase. Can you share by how much rate these production will be declining on year basis?
Well, Sui is declining at a rate of 7% at least, and the Concord decline is around 13%. And we carry out the production enhancement measures time to time to hold the decline rate. And at Concord, we have recently done a well, and another well, Lal X2 is planned in the fourth quarter this year. And similarly, we have planned a Sui deep well, which is under evaluation at Sui to see tapping the prospects at the deeper horizon. And we hope these measures will bring into a new different play, and will play a positive role in overall investment of these fields.
There is one
So-
question on sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So as I was really requesting and presenting that the decline is the effect of the life in oil and gas industry. But look at our legacy, 75 years we have been producing from Sui, and we have added other fields. And this is really serving our generations, and we hope that our coming generations will also be working and enjoying and this energy resources. Having said that, the diversification that PPL is going into, mining and other sectors, are also adding the revenues. So the perception of complete depletion and from the fields, yes, depletion is there, but addition is there. That is also a fact of the life. PPL has been doing that, and even recently we are really aggressively looking at adding more value, digging deeper into the wells where we have the potential, like Mr. Tosif said, in Sui, and that work is ongoing, is really ensuring to maintain and upkeep the levels that we need to. Thank you.
So there's one more question regarding circle rate resolution. Currently, Government of Pakistan is evaluating various options to resolve circular debt. However, nothing has been communicated officially. So as soon as we got any information, then we'll share it with the shareholders. One more question on Sui lease extension outstanding dues. So we have paid lease extension liability till May 2025, and in June financials only with 500 million are showing as liability on account of lease extension bonus. And as soon as this DNPA lease will be finalized, the amount will be paid to the government of Pakistan.
Okay. Could you please share the current wellhead price for Sui gas fields and whether there is any incremental pricing mechanism applicable for production exceeding a certain benchmark level? The current price is around $3 per MMBTU, and no, there's no incremental pricing mechanism like in some of the fields, other fields in Pakistan. How much on average capex is needed to install pressure enhancement facility on a gas field that is declining phase? This is a general question that what is the roundabout capex on for compression projects and all?
It depends on the capacity of, how much compression you needed. Cannot be answered.
Like in Sui, we did for like $25 million.
Yeah, we did it for the upgradation in Sui. Yes. The existing compressors were upgraded with this capacity, with this capital. Yes.
ये
There
मैं
was a
थोड़ा सा
question.
थोड़ा सा पर्सपेक्टिव पता नहीं क्या है, लेकिन थोड़ा सा जनरल इंटरेस्ट के लिए देखें जी, अगर आपको कोई 50-60 मिलियन गैस प्रोसेसिंग फैसिलिटी प्लांट लगाना है तो उसका $100 मिलियन से ज़्यादा का खर्चा होता है. तो just kind of give you a very broad feel about the numbers and about the investments that the companies put in. So it is a huge investment and it's a huge work. But I don't know what is the perspective for the complete facility of 50-60 million. Definitely, we're talking about more than 100 million USDs.
True.
Please comment on how much hydrocarbon reserves were added by PPL in the last 3 years. So it was like around 520 BCF equivalent reserves were added, and the current reserves replacement ratio in the last year's reserve replacement ratio was 129%, meaning we added more reserves,
298 BCF.
298 BCF more reserves than we actually produced. So all in all, it's a very good number. We don't have the data right now of exactly other fields because some of them report on gross basis, some net basis. So it really can't comment on the other side. The question is said that how do we compare it with other companies? Okay. What is the development plan for Kuwait to contain its depletion rate?
Well, as I have mentioned, we are doing surface debottlenecking. At the same time, we have done the workover of the older wells and the Sui Deep, and the exploration is also carried out in Sui and DNPLDs in coming years. So there is a potential to be tapped in with the older field, which is running for more than 70 years now. So we are doing our best to see the future prospects.
Okay. Is pricing of all DNPL fields of PPL linked with 2012 petroleum policy now? No, it is not the case because the applicable petroleum policy stays there, which is the relevant petroleum policies are applied. After 5 years, how much percentage of the revenue would you expect from non-oil and gas sector? We expect a significant percentage because inshallah by that time Recordec will be kicking in, and also the BLZ project, which is the Barite Lending project. Any update on windfall payable case regarding block gas fields? No, there's no update on it. What is the future plan of BLZ project and also its potential of contribution in sales?
So BLZ project is really Pakistan's one of the largest barite lead and zinc project, and it is highly rated. Its economics is very good. The potential through the studies we established is also very high. So the revenue stream is expected also a very top level revenue from that projects. We are already working in that field since a couple of decades, successfully extracting barite from there. So we have established the success rate, our footprints are there, we have the understanding of the area, and we have the lease in place for doing the BLZ project as well. So we are looking really, really good at that.
Thank you. Any prospect of tight gas for PPL?
Yeah. I think this Concord, wells, which in Concord, we have drilled our next one, which is unconventional reservoir. tight reservoir, and in Morgan, that is again tight gas. So we do have tight gas reservoirs, unconventional reservoirs.
So that's it. Thank you very much. That was the last question.
Thank you very much, all the analysts, for your participation, active participation. And that's all from our side. We thank the management of PPL for their active participation as well. So that's all from our side. Thank you and Allah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.